Welcome back, everyone. Now that we have explored the lessons from Ontario's major gold camps and the technology is shaping modern exploration, let's shift focus on strategic recommendations. And these are designed for our three key audiences: technical teams, executives, and investors. Because successful exploration is a team effort across the entire value chain. Finding the next major deposit in Ontario isn't just about having the right rocks. It takes coordinated efforts. Technical teams need the tools and flexibility to innovate. Executive must provide vision, support, and resources, and investors play a vital role by backing long-term exploration with patience and confidence. So based on everything we have seen and we discussed, from case studies to emerging technologies, here are some targeted practical recommendations for each group. And the goal is to turn insights into action and to align expertise and leadership and capital in a way that drives discovery forward. Let's begin with a strategic suggestion for technical exploration teams. The one doing the boots on the ground science. These insights come directly from Ontario's case studies we have just explored. One, adopt an integrated targeting approach. Rather than chasing isolated anomalies, focus on areas where multiple datasets line up: geology, structure, geochemistry, and geophysics. If you find favorable rocks and structures, a suitable gold arsenic anomaly, and a coincident IP chargeability, that's a strong target. Use tools like GIS-based prospectivity modeling or machine learning to pull together complex layers of evidence and keep refining your model as new data comes in. Every drill hole, soil samples, or survey should update your 3D understanding. Think like a detective, follow converging lines of evidence, not just the loudest signal. 2, leverage advanced geophysics intelligently. Modern geophysics does more than just locate anomalies. When using airborne EM or magnetics, consider using products like derivative magnetics, conductivity depth sections, or AIP parameters. Keep in mind that gold often doesn't sit at strongest anomaly, but may be found nearby, in gradient or subtle shoulders. For example, in 2019 TDM study in Ontario, identified gold zones on the edge of major conductors, not directly above them. Ensure geologists and geophysicists collaborate closely, interpret anomalies within their geological context. For example, understanding whether a conductor is a graphitic shear or a sulfide-bearing zones can change everything. On the ground, tools like handheld mags or VLF remained valuable for mapping structures. 3, exploit geochemistry and alteration science. Make geochemistry a frontline tool, not just something you do after drilling. In glaciated terrain, design your soil and till surveys carefully. Know your ice direction, choose the right medium, and sample at proper spacing. Use multi-element analysis to catch pathfinders like arsenic, antimony, or tungsten, which often define larger halos than gold alone. In the field, portable XRF can provide quick arsenic or copper reading in soil or rocks and helping you follow up anomalies faster. In drill core, don't just say for gold, analyze for alteration indices, major elements, and volatile loss. Ratios like calcium plus magnesium and iron over aluminium or sodium depletion can highlight fluid pathways. And this strategy helped pinpoint ore zones in places like Timmins and Red Lake, even when gold values were low in early holes. And don't shy away from newer techniques. Partial leach methods like MMI can be helpful under a thick cover. And these may not be standard, but they're worth testing when the signal is weak. 4. Focus on the structure and think in 4 dimensions. Structural geology should guide your drill targeting. Understand the deformation history of your area, whether it's D2 shear zones in Wabigon or D3 folding in Abitibi, and map key features like fault intersections, fault hinges, and dilational jogs in 3 dimension. These are your likely fluid traps. Use tools like oriented core and structural meshes. And if you're cutting a shear or vein, even in a low-grade zone, log it carefully. That structure could be the fringe of something better nearby, and knowing its orientation could lead to you there. Also be aware of overprinting. Many camps show multiple mineralization phases. What looks like a barren vein might predate the gold event or be part of a later pulse. Build a structural and petrogenetic model to avoid missing key overprints. 5. Embrace innovation and continuous learning. Stay current with new technology. Try small pilot tests like drone magnetics over a priority area or probable hyperspectral scanners on drill core to map alteration minerals in real time. Many tools are now accessible via third-party services. More importantly, build a culture of learning. Every dry hole tells you something. Looks for trends in pathfinders, alteration mineralogy, even if gold is low. If you see unexpected geology, pause and rethink your model. Don't drill blindly just to finish a pattern. Discuss new research as a team. If a recent paper revises the structure, timing in a nearby camp, ask what if means for your own project. Iteration and adaptation are the hallmarks of technical excellence. 6. Last but not the least, prioritize health, safety, and environment. Finally, never overlook safety and environmental. Remote exploration in Ontario means flying in, working in bare country, and dealing with tough weather. The team needs to be trained and prepared environmentally, minimize your footprint, clean drill pads, manage spills, and be proactive about reclamation. This isn't just compliances, it builds trust with communities and landowners. That trust can make or break your ability to explore efficiently and over long term. In summary, use all your tools, geology, geochemistry, and geophysics together. Stay flexible and curious. The best explorer are always updating their model, learning from what didn't work and pushing the limits of what might. Now let's turn to recommendation for corporate executives, the people uh, setting the direction, securing capital, and building the culture that exploration teams operate within. 1. Invest in data and innovation. Exploration success today relies on high quality data and modern tools. While traditional methods still matter, the next generation of discoveries, especially in mature districts like Ontario, will likely comes from a deeper, more subtle systems. That means budgeting not just for drilling, but for data that guides it. High resolution geophysics through geochemical programs and software platforms that brings it all together. A VTEM survey or machine learning consultant may seem like an extra cost, but in the big picture, they are small investment compared to the potential return of major discoveries. The Gold's success was built on exactly this kind of commitment to drilling and geoscience. As a leader, it's also important to create a culture where innovation is encouraged. If the team wants to test a new deep IP system, don't default to we have always done Mac. Support their curiosity and provide resources for professional development. Send your team to workshops, conferences, and field courses to stay sharp. 2, communicate a long-term exploration vision. Exploration takes time. World-class discoveries are rarely made in a single drill campaign. They come from testing ideas, refining models, and coming back again and again. Make sure your team and your investors know that you are in it for a long time. That means building an exploration pipeline. Some projects closer to production, some early stage. Balance brownfields with greenfields is important. And even when budget are tight, keep allocating some capital to pure grassroots explorations. That shows you're not just depleting your portfolio, but actively building its future. Use data-driven decision-making. Good exploration isn't just about geology, it's about decision grounded in evidence. Ask your team to justify targets with integrating data. Prospectivity modeling, geochemical vectors, and structural interpretation. Insist on clear metrics when prioritizing drill programs. Encourage honest conversation about what's working and what's not. If a program doesn't deliver, have a review process, not to assign blame, but to learn from it. Creating space for that kind of transparency builds stronger teams and better outcomes over time. 4, prioritize stakeholder and community engagement. No matter how good your geology is, you need social license. That's especially true in Ontario, where building relationships with First Nations and local communities is essential. Prioritize engagement early, develop partnerships, create jobs opportunity, share information regularly. Not only does this reduce risks and delays, but it can also strengthen your program. Local knowledge can be valuable, and a supportive community makes everything easier. Also, from investor standpoint, strong ESG performance matters more than ever. Companies that lead in environmental and community practices are increasingly rewarded with better access to capital. 5, stay flexible and willing to pivot. Exploration is dynamic. Gold prices shift, infrastructure changes, and nearby discoveries can suddenly turn your district into the next hot play. Be ready to move quickly, but also smartly. If there is a new discovery near your priority, assess it carefully and adjust your plan if the opportunity is real. On the flip side, if a project isn't delivering, be prepared to walk away. Set clear decision points, criteria for when to keep going, when to pause, and when to reallocate funds. This kind of a strategic discipline is something both your team and your investors will respect. And finally, foster partnership and strategic alliances. You don't have to do everything yourself. If you lack certain expertise, say in deep geophysics or machine learning, bring in partners. Work with universities, government surveys, and programs like Metal Earth or OGS. These collaboration can provide technical support, new ideas, and even co-funding. Also consider logistic partnerships, sharing camps, roads, or with neighboring companies can reduce costs and stretch your budget further. In summary, as an executive, the role is to create an environment where good sciences can thrive. That means backing your team, staying nimble, managing risk strategically, and building a strong relationship with stakeholders and investors. When all of that is aligned, your team is in the best position to deliver results, and your company is positioned for long-term success. Finally, let's look at some practical recommendation for investors, those helping to fund the next generation of gold discoveries in Ontario. One, evaluate your strategy and track record. When you are assessing an exploration company, don't just focus on a single exciting drill results or a flashy property name. Dig deeper into their exploration strategies and the track record of their team. Ask, are they using a disciplined, science-based approach? Do they have a clear geological model? Are they integrated multiple data sets, geology, geophysics, geochemistry, or just chasing high-grade hits? Companies led by people who have made past discoveries or consistently advanced projects are generally safer bets. Strong technical foundation matters more than hype. Two, jurisdiction and geology matter. Ontario is one of the best mining jurisdictions in the world. Low political risk, good infrastructure, and a skilled workforce that alone makes it a favorable place to invest. But within Ontario, location still matters. Established camps like Timmins or Red Lake have lower geological risk, though they may offer more incremental returns. Meanwhile, new frontiers carry higher risk, but potentially high reward, like the Great Bear's Dixie discovery showed. As an investor, consider balancing your exposure, hold positions in both proven districts and emerging ones, and if a company is exploring in a remote area, check that they have a plan for access, logistic, or a future development partner. Three, look for a smart use of technology. Good explorers are always looking for an edge, and you can often see that in how they use technology. If a company is applying tools like machine learning, drone magnetics, or deep IP surveys, and using them to generate meaningful targets, that's a good sign. But watch out for overuse of buzzwords. Tech should support geology, not distract from it. The key question: has the technology helped them to find new credible targets? If so, that's the real value add. Four, understand timeline and milestones. Gold discoveries don't happen overnight. Be realistic about timelines. Early stage explorer may need several years and multiple drill campaigns before defining a resource. Make sure the company has the financial plan to get through those stages. Check their treasury burn rate and whether they are backed by strategic investors. Many juniors fail not because there's no gold, but because they run out of capital halfway through. Five, diversify and manage risk. Even with the best science, exploration is high risk. Statistically, only a small fraction of prospects become mines. So if you are investing in exploration, spread your risk, build a portfolio, maybe one company in Timmins, one in Red Lake, one near Geraldton, and one grassroots play, or choose companies with multiple projects at different stage. And this way, if one hits, your whole portfolio benefits. Six, stay informed and engaged. That's obvious. Following news and attending conferences, talking to other stakeholders. Seven, reward a strategic vision. Support companies that have a clear plan to create value, whether it's building toward a buyout, proving up its resource or becoming a small producer, the goal should be transparent and achievable. Steer clear of companies that keep drilling without direction. Ontario has seen both successes stories and failures. Great Bear is a textbook example of success. They laid out their strategy, stuck to it, and delivered a world-class discovery that led to a major buyout. In summary, as an investor, the more we understand about exploration processes, the better decision we can make. Ontario remains a world-class place to find gold, but it takes patience, due diligence, and willingness to back teams that are doing it right. Support smart, science-driven exploration, and we'll be positioned to benefit when the next big discovery is made. So in sum up of all the videos in this series, Ontario's gold exploration landscape is both richly endowed and increasingly complex. The shallow, obvious deposits near surface have largely been found. What remains are the deeper, subtler systems, often hidden beneath glacial cover or concealed in geologically complex terrain. But this challenge comes with opportunity. As we have seen throughout this review, the convergence of improved science and better technology is reshaping how we explore. With decades of geological knowledge, robust structure and stratigraphic models, and cutting-edge tools like drone geophysics, deep IP, or AI-enhanced targeting, we now have the ability to see the unseen, to detect signals that would have been invisible to past generations. So to wrap up, a few key themes have emerged here. Innovation as a catalyst. New tools are making real differences. Heliborne TDM surveys, GIS-based prospectivity modeling, machine learning, and even the early steps toward artificial intelligence-assisted drilling, all are pushing exploration into new frontiers. But innovation isn't about replacing fundamentals, it's about enhancing them. The best results come when traditional geological understanding is sharpened by technology. So the geology still comes first. Even with the most advanced tools, success still hinges on sound geological thinking. Ontario's Greenstone Belt, whether Abitibi, Wawa, Wabigon, hosts gold in predictable places near major faults, within iron-rich units, around competent intrusions, and in zones of strong alteration. These controls haven't changed. Our job is to apply new tools to better recognize them, especially in areas that may have been overlooked. Even belts once thought to be underendowed, like parts of Wabigon, are now yielding promising results thanks to the refined models and deeper understanding. And collaboration is the key. This isn't a solo endeavor. Discoveries happen when geologists, geophysicists, and geochemists work together. They are enabled when executives provide long-term support and when investors align with a technical vision. And they are sustained when communities, especially First Nations, are true partners in the process. Ontario's supportive ecosystem, from government surveys and public data to flow through financing, makes this collaboration possible. And it's one of the province's great advantages. And what future brings? Ontario's gold potential is far from exhausted. In fact, some of the province's biggest surprises may still lie ahead, whether it's a bulk tonnage system found under 50 meters of till using machine learning and IP, or a deep, high-grade vein discovered 2 kilometers below surface with the help of seismic imaging. Refining our exploration strategies means being bold but thoughtful. It means using every available tool, scientific, technological, financial, and social, and adapting continuously as we learn. For technical teams, that means staying sharp and integrated. For executive, it's about building the right environment for good science to thrive. And for investors, is about backing the right teams and staying patient enough to let discoveries unfold. Exploration is never a guarantee. It's a calculated effort to turn uncertainty into opportunity. But if we apply the lessons of Ontario's past alongside the tools of today, then the question isn't whether another major gold discovery will happen. It's when and by whom. And everyone in this room, whether you're mapping rocks, writing checks, or reviewing drill results, has a role to play in making that discovery a reality. Thank you all for watching, and I'm open to any comments or suggestion you might have about all of these videos, the series of videos that I provided. Thank you.